begin with an opening statement from Coach and then take questions after.
I mean, obviously, it's a big game, it's a rivalry game. Shoot, going back to my first year here, when we got here, this was, I think, they were top 5 in the country, came into our place, our guys were ready to go and beat them. You know, I don't think it matters what each team's ranks. You know, this is a case where they're both in the top 25, and that's where Coach Pearl's gotten his program. We've gotten our program up to a pretty high level as well, so this game's become a national game, which is why College Game Day decided to come do game day at Auburn for the game, so it'll be great. I mean, it's good for the state, it's good for basketball in the state of Alabama, it's good for both programs, and looking forward to having a heated game over there.
Nick.
Yeah, you mentioned game day. Are you surprised they didn't come here yet, or just what are your kind of thoughts on that?
Yeah, I don't know, I guess you'd have to see what our Saturday games. I mean, I can't remember who we all played on Saturdays, who they would come, so shoot. We'll get them there, it'd be all right. It'd be nice to have them here, but we'll take them wherever. It'll be fun, it'll be a good atmosphere for our guys.
Michael.
It's been quite a while since you guys won at Auburn with a full crowd. I know you won 2 years ago under limited capacity. What's difficult? What is so challenging about playing in that environment?
Yeah, I mean, we've only played there 3 times, so I don't have much experience for 1 and 2 over there, so it wasn't really our fault they didn't have a crowd that second year. I'm not sure if it made that big a difference or not with the team we had that year, but you know, I mean, it's loud. They've got a great crowd. It's a nice arena for college basketball. They put the students right on top of the floor, which is great for college basketball. So I like playing in the arena. I mean, it's as far as getting the college atmosphere, it makes it tough on your guys, you know, allowed to call out sets and all that stuff. I mean, I have a hard time hearing anything in there, but you know, I mean, I think the crowd's got something to do with it. It's hard to win there, but their players and team have something to do with it too. I mean, they won the SEC last year, so you know, it wasn't like you were just going in and the crowd. They've got a good team, so. You know, if I remember right, our first year, I think we got down 16 zip, started the game, and ended up sending it to overtime. So our guys obviously weren't ready to play at the beginning of the game, but we fought back, sent it to overtime. You know, we played them tough after that, but you know, we got to come ready to play at the beginning of the game and then keep it up for 40 minutes.
James.
Building off that, has anyone stepped up this week to kind of talk about what it's like to play on the road, especially for like the younger freshmen that are going to be going there for the first time?
You know, not really. The coaches have tried to talk about it. I mean, we don't have a ton of guys that have much, you know, Cornerly's obviously played the most there. Noah Gurley played. Charles played some last year. Namari was with the team, but not playing. So, not a ton. I mean, you got to be locked in, you got to be ready to go, but no, not really.
Katie.
Brandon and Ryland both just talked about when they got recruited by Bruce Pearl. How often over the last 4 years have you kind of found you and Bruce going after the same guys on the recruiting trail, whether in state or out of state? How much is that kind of part of this rivalry too?
Yeah, I mean, we're both in the same state, 2 major teams in the state of Alabama, so geographically you're going to go after a lot of the same kids. I mean, they tended to recruit Atlanta pretty heavy. We've kind of gone all over the place, so maybe not quite as much as you'd think, but definitely saw them. Yeah, and you know, they did try to recruit Brandon and Ryland. They got some pretty good players. I think they got some 4 and 5-star kids in their freshman class as well. So they've done a good job recruiting. Obviously, that's why they've been so good, why they're in the top 25. But yeah, I mean, they've got good recruiting classes in the future too. So we'll probably continue to go after the same type of kids in some of the recruiting battles.
Of course, sorry.
Given your team's relative youth, is this the time of year you start to see the schedule that you played early in the year come to help the team out?
Yeah, I would hope, you know, because we played tough road environments before. We've gone to Houston when they were #1 in the country and played them on the road. You know, we had some tough neutral site games where it wasn't at home, even though it wasn't a true road game. But yeah, I would hope that our schedules, you know, it's not the first time going into a loud, crazy environment. So, and we've, you know, Auburn's different. It's a rivalry game with Alabama, so it's a little different. But Mississippi State, I think, was sold out. I mean, that was a tough road. Arkansas is a tough place to play. We played there already, like within the league, so Missouri was close to a sellout if it wasn't a sellout. We played in some tough environments, big arenas. It's just not quite the same as the Auburn, Alabama rivalry on the road.
Johnny?
You guys have had no shortages of playing some talented bigs this year. What does Broome do well, specifically in the paint, that makes him such a difficult matchup for teams?
I mean, he's tough, physical. I think he's averaging 4 boards over his last 5 games. He goes after, offensive rebounds hard, but they post him as well. He's pretty elite post-up guy. If he gets that left hand, like, you're in trouble. So, I mean, he's good. They've done a good job adding good players to the portal, as we have, but he's one of them. I mean, and you're right, we played a lot of good bigs in this league, and some we've done well with, and some we've struggled a little bit with. The last time out, Castleton, had too much success against us. I thought outside of him, we did a good job defensively, so we're gonna have to do a little bit better job on Broome.
Charlie?
I've got two. You said that you assumed that Noah was going to be good to go, Clowney, after the facial injury. Is that still kind of on track for that?
Yeah, he's had 2 good days of practice. We practiced light yesterday, and then we went a little harder today. He was good both.
And then talking about playing in the crowd, is there anything you do in practice to try to prepare guys for that?
We had crowd noise piped in. We've got the speakers that they play their music on when they're shooting, outside of practice. So we just had crowd noise over the speakers during all our live stuff today to try to kind of imitate the crowd noise, but still not the same as it's going to be. The decibel level, it's ridiculous when you're playing inside their arena.
Mason?
Coach, Wendell Green is also one of the best stars in the SEC. What are you gonna see from him that's allowed him to be successful this year?
Same stuff. He was successful last year, to be honest with you. I mean, he's from Detroit. I know him well because I coached in Detroit for 11 years. I mean, he can shoot, good catch and shoot guy. He's better actually shooting threes off the dribble than he is catch and shoot. He can get in the paint. He's quick. He's averaging like 5 assists. He can create for others. He's good on the ball. He's good off the ball. They're playing him a little bit more on the ball this year. Last year they brought him off the bench and he was a high-level scorer. This year they're starting him and he's playing with the ball in his hands more. He's just a good, tough Detroit guard. I've seen a lot of them through my days. He's one of the best, so we got to do a good job on him.
Anyone else? Thanks, Coach.